first we're going to talk about the other characters I made. Now, with every game, I like to test to see which ones I like. I tried a fighter. I didn't like him that much. Now, the way I tested it, though, was prior to playing with anybody or playing with NPCs. So it was just me versus everything. So the fighter, not a fan. It's not that great to me. The cleric. The cleric is actually pretty good. He's a pretty strong fighter. He's hard to kill. Good healing abilities if you buy the right skills for him at the start. The paladin, about middle of the road. He has decent healing, not great healing, and he's better than the fighter, but not by much. The wizard. Crap. Oh, what? Oh. The wizard is really bad. With the wizard, if they make their save, you're doing like no damage. Like 0. So in most of the combat, you're like throwing spell, and you're doing nothing to your target. Ranger. I like the ranger. The ranger, ranged auto attack. He has abilities to where he can summon pets, entangle monsters, things like that. The ranger is actually really good. Now the one I haven't tried yet is the rogue. Hello, Mike. And that's who we're gonna make. Now the character models are not necessarily the best in the world, and they're not like trying to be like the sexual fantasy, kind of like how MMOs do it. So this is a female. That's a fighter, a female cleric. You know, it's trying to be like a little bit more accurate and make more sense. Yeah, this is a party-based RPG game. It is multiplayer. There is also a DM aspects to where a player can take and throw stuff at players. So player versus player in a sense. Okay, so let's go over to male character. There we go. My name is Bushy. Or Bushley. The human, elf, dwarf, halfling, half elf, and that's it. So, what should I make? Hey, he's tiny. So no subrays. Let's make a dwarf rogue. So gold dwarf ability score +2 con, +1 wisdom, or 2 con, 2 strength, and that's it. Well, that doesn't really benefit me as a rogue. Let's try a different race. Dexterity and charisma. Dexterity is good for a rogue. And dex and con. Half elf, nothing. No bonus. 1 to everything. Or 3 points to apply where you want. Maximum of 2 in the score. +2 skill points. That's actually kind of good. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Elf. +2 dex, +1 intelligence, Sleep immune. Racial bonus of search. Long sword, short sword, bows. Sun elf. Dex, intelligence, sleep, search. Same thing. Exactly the same thing. Okay. Wood elf. Dex, wisdom instead of intelligence. Search. Mask of the Wild, fleet of foot. And then the other normal. Huh. So what do you guys think? What should I do? Give me some input here. What do you think? What do you think? I'm kind of leaning towards the human with the human variant. 3 more points. I can put them wherever I want. And then plus 2 skill points. That seems like probably the best, I think. Okay, let's go with that. We are going to be... what does this really do for me? Oh, it does give me stuff. Okay. Okay, so choose a background with following bonuses. Starting gold 5. Wisdom. No, I don't do wisdom. Strength. A lot of gold. Con. My office got taken. Ugh. Pirate. Plus 1 dex. Minus 1 thunder, lightning, and cold damage taken. Right. I think we'll go with that. We'll be a pirate. Arr. Now, appearance. Let's go ahead and adjust our appearance here. Zoom in. Now, since we're a pirate, we have to be a little bit tan. He has like half his face is burned, so that's good. That's working. We'll give him black hair. We don't want a full beard, but we want some facial hair. So, like, I guess that can work. Hairstyle. Do the whole ponytail thing, or make him bald. Aerodynamic. Bushy long hair. Kind of hard to see him like that. Zoom out. There we go. No you tell. The Chinese look, as far as the classic Chinese Empire. Mohawk. No, we're just gonna make him bald. Okay, so there's more details as far as the spacing for the eyes and everything, but you're kind of so far out, you don't really notice that. So there's no real point to finagle with that. Same thing with nose. You could, as far as I could see, there was no way for me to get close enough to look at my character's face. I mean, there is like a little portrait like that, but the relevance is really low. So we're not gonna even bother with it, but for the purposes of this, to show you guys real fast, let's go ahead and zoom in, and you can change the color. The eyelid height, the angle, size, huge eyes. spacing. The eyebrow, or the brow line. Nose size, nose depth, width, bridge depth, bridge width, cheek. Aw, he's a chubby chipmunk. The chipmunk cheek. Height of the cheeks. Jaw width. Neck width. Chin. Hard to see under the beard. And then lips. And the angle of the ears. I can make them flap. Alright. Equipment. Now if you want to, I believe you could change what you start with. So, yeah, there we go. Alright, so let me ask you guys this while I'm going through here. Did you guys want me to play with other players to start with, or did you want me to show you the single player aspect of it? It doesn't show everything because they're hiding stuff right now. I think we're gonna start with a bow. Start with single player? Okay, I'll do single to start with. Alright, so gotta put my stats in. Of course, we are a rogue. We're gonna be a healthy rogue. Still plenty of points left. So, go ahead and throw in the strength. Oh wait, maybe not. We'll bring this down a little bit. I want to round about some. There we go. And then abilities. Steal away into the shadows to avoid being detected and get the drop on your foes. Being hidden increases critical range by 5 and grants combat advantage on your next attack, while hiding movement speed is reduced by 50%. You also gain a bonus of 7 to stealth checks. Dash, filled with adrenaline, you challenge your energy into running faster. 50%. Dodge quickly out of the way, increasing all damage. Hurl a dagger when targeting. Throwing it off balance. For the next 6 seconds, affected creatures' cooldown durations are increased by 100%. That's not bad. So basically, it'll slow them down. This combat is not like Diablo or anything like that. It's not like fast-paced combat, but it's more like every action takes an action kind of thing. So it shows the fact that you are taking actions. Sleep. Okay, so apparently I know spells. I can put people to sleep. The AoE. If I want to, I could do two-handed. I could be a Whirlwind Barbarian, apparently. This one's a good one. It's available on other characters as well. Strike your foe with a victorious fervor, dealing 6 to 15 piercing damage, but you also heal yourself for 7 to 9 hit points. We're gonna go ahead and get that one. This one, if I wanted to basically throw a chain, hook somebody, and pull them to me, I get that. It'll do 5 to 12 points of damage. The Hunter's Mark, if I mark a target, it'll actually show their vulnerabilities. I'm gonna grab that. We have 2 more points to spend. We're gonna do the dagger one. So that way, when I'm fighting them, I'll put their abilities on a harsh cooldown. And we'll do sleep for crowd control. So here's the summary of my character. I'll just call him Wasting Sanity. I'll stick with the bow for now. Okay, so apparently I have... Wait, what? Oh, okay, so here's my racial bonus area. I could pop it even further. I did not realize that. Wait, let me check under abilities real fast. So here's your proficiencies, and you know a good amount of proficiencies starting out. You don't know them all, but you know most of them. So in this case, like, I know how to search already. I already know how to pick lock. I know how to stabilize. And various weapons. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that I knew how to pick lock already. I didn't know if they gave it to me or not. I forgot to check. What does use anyways? Does say? No, it doesn't say. I'm assuming it's just dex, right? Disarming traps and unlocking things is easier. Alright. I guess we'll just do Constitution, or... No, we'll do Strength. We'll give a +1 Strength. That way, if I do start to go melee, I can do a lot of damage. Wizard does no damage. You can turn him into a healer? The wizard? No, you can't turn a wizard into a healer. The reason why I say the wizard does no damage is because of the fact that, like, starting out, when things, if you're just by yourself, things save. When they save, it ends up to where, like, you cast a spell at them and you have a difficulty rating of the spell, and it's against a certain stat on the opposing creature. If the creature makes this check and says, okay, well, I saved versus this, so the ill effect doesn't happen. But the spell, because sometimes spells do a little bit of damage and then a lot of damage. If you save, you take a little bit of damage. If you don't save, you take a lot of damage. Well, if a creature is constantly saving, they only take a little bit of damage. Some spells, they do no damage if you save. So that's what I'm saying. He just wasn't that great solo. In a group, I'm sure he does a lot better. Because you're not heavily reliant on that one character. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so basically it's telling me that I won't be able to adjust the character later. That's fine. So we go Dungeon Crawl. Go ahead and start. We'll do ED to start out with. It could be adjusted later if you want. Alright, so You're apparently going to see a lot of this. This is your camp. You have 3 different merchants available at the camp. You have the potion merchant. You have your armor merchant, right? No, weapons merchant, sorry. And then you have your armor merchant. Now, as you level, your merchants will get more gear. Now, if you want to add people to your party that's NPCs, you just click on it and then request a slot. And then fill in your gaps. So, I want a fighter. And I want a cleric. And since I'm a rogue, I want a wizard. So now you have your group. You can control them at any time.
How can I help?
Switch their abilities. They will level up with your character.
How may I serve? Of course.
Now, because of how this game is, it's like an alpha. I went from scrolling around to now having to use the keyboard because it doesn't want to scroll. So that's that. Now, the way it's set up is you basically determine how the mission works and what tiles you run and or maps, in a sense. So you go to that little thing and you break down your mission. So I want to collect. We will collect. We'll do bone dust, and the reward will be a weapon, and we'll also get a little bit of gold. And then we have to defeat mercenaries. And we can specify like what type of mercenary, or like any. So we'll just do any, and we'll make a reward of armor with a little bit of gold. And then finally defeat a boss. So the mercenary boss. Oops. There we go. Kind of finicky when I'm pushing buttons here. Mercenary leader. Make it a weapon. A little bit of gold. And we'll go back to here. The people we're fighting are mercenaries. We can have it to where there's none here if we wanted to, or we can just put more mercenaries. So we'll just do more mercenaries. Double up. We'll put the difficulty as easy since we're level 1. Default, small size, simple complexity. I haven't adjusted or played with the complexity. We could choose different tiles. And the name of the encounter changes as we adjust it. So we'll do Bandit Cave to start with. Now if we wanted to add floors, we can add a floor, and the same thing, the same menu pops up, and you could change exactly what you're fighting. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and run this real quick. And then this map actually rotates, so that's one really good thing that I like about the game, is you could rotate around your characters. And let's go ahead and start.